U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run, not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He doesn't expect this year to be any different.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 7-yard pickup.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 18 yards for Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
From the 29, here's the second down and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now McCarthy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
The Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Open here, Adam Thielen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
To the right goes Mason. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Mason going to get it on first down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Past the 20. 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 41 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to go down here and safe. They push him back to the 34. Eric Wilson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And there they bring pressure from the inside and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Okudah right there to break it up.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
For the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To the air with McCarthy. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him. I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Running left, Mason. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Dances by him. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the ground again, it's Mason. Now the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Slant route, and he's got Addison. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Vikings first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
That's another Vikings first down.
I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. They'll hand it to Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
A first down carry for Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
First down.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith from 21 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Vikings 10.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy.
He's got Mason complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On the screen, this is Mason. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And this will be taken at the 13. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
McCarthy off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Mason. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Third down and 6. Here's McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they went the long way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much happening on the return as we get this to about the 23. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further.
27-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
7. First down, Eagles.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Greenard running coming in to pick up the sack.
It's second
The
down.
defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards.
First down, Philadelphia.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Goes right back to Smith again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with Mason. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On play action, McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 46 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And they'll go again with Mason. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 41, this is second and a yard. In motion, the tight end. McCarthy operating from the gun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jalen Carter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 28-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And an Eagle first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Hurts. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Quick slant, Dotson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
1-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Jake Elliott.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Hurts fumbles it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be third down.
7 yards. And it's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Now they run. It's Mason. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 38. To the air with McCarthy. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. To the air again, McCarthy. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing is McCarthy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on third down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. McCarthy. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now Mason. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And the Vikings, first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Mason. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
At the 18-yard line.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Straight ahead, here's Mason. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it.
Jahad Campbell with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
They'll drop the throw. Quick slant to Brown. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
First down, Eagles.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Hurts going to keep it again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nifty move. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to put a drive together. McCarthy off the play fake. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mason. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 61 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. They begin with a run by Barkley. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity if it breaks down.
Grant Calcaterra, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, what a move. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Mason going to get it on first down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
On the stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
10 at the 41-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. On play action, now McCarthy. And that one going to come up short, low throw. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's McCarthy. Over the middle, complete to Addison. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
First down, Eagles.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing is Hurts. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jahan Dotson from 3 yards out. And the Eagles have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. For the Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At the 43-yard line.
To the right goes Mason. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and 13. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. The dump off for Mason. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
On the carry, this is Scott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
Now they send a man in motion right. To the air with McCarthy. And they're going to get it to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Now McCarthy. The quick slant caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
They go play action with Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Hurts going to keep it running right. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. That is caught. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. As a nice run there, gets them down to the 6-yard line.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Barkley. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Throwing is McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
2nd and 1. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And Thielen going to have the Vikings 1st down as he's up to the 45.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
He's got Mason, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And Hockenson going to have the Vikings 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, Visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.